This particular class is what's called Stop the Bleed class. It's actually an hour, but it usually takes a little longer with the interaction, hour and a half. But it's about controlling major bleeding. Somebody who's been in an accident or had an accident of some kind, could be in home, could be in workplace, could be anywhere. My boss and I went to a class where it was actually a tactical class for emergency medical technicians. And we're both EMTs. Actually, he's a paramedic, I'm an EMT. But we took it as a continuing education class. And we didn't even know this type of training was out there for the general public. So we decided that we were going to teach it. Oh, because there's accidents happen all the time. In the workplace, at home, car accidents, recreation accidents. Anytime you have life-threatening bleeding, when there's a lot of blood. And what's a lot of blood? If it's pooling or if it's soaking a lot of clothing, then that's life-threatening. Tell them it's going to hurt. And tell them beforehand that it's probably going to hurt. It's probably going to hurt a lot. But if I don't do it, you're going to bleed to death. If you have an emergency situation and you stop the bleeding, you don't want to take it off. Let the emergency room people do that. Don't take it off. Don't take it off to look at it. Just keep it on there and get them to definitive care, whether it's urgent care or the emergency room, wherever you're taking them. So if they got a spinal injury, and you'll know that if they've got numbing or tingling in their fingers, toes, in their extremities, they've got a spinal injury of some kind. But don't move them if you don't have to. Keep them immobile. Try to keep them from moving as well. And this is just how to take care of those common emergencies that happen. And how often do you see those? You don't run across them that often. So to do training, continual training keeps you aware of the different things you're supposed to do. So we do what's called a citizen emergency response class. It's stretched over, I think it's 9 weeks, where we touch on different topics. Medical is 2 of those nights, and we do search and rescue, disaster psychology, how to use fire extinguisher, little fire behavior. We've had people get into medical field. Search and rescue has probably been the biggest recipient of some of our classes, because we do a section on search and rescue, and search and rescue is always looking for volunteers. In fact, volunteer fire departments here in Pennington County are looking for volunteers. There's like 500 firefighters in Pennington County. 100 of them or so are full-time paid, but the rest of them are volunteer in Pennington County. So there might be a volunteer fire department where you live.